Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
This masjid is the most unique in the United States.
Everybody comes to Alaska should be prepared for a winter, and the winter in Alaska is
Masjid Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Alaska.
if you like to stay at home, Alaska is not for you. In the winter, we have very short day. So for example, the sunrise in December, probably around 8:30, maybe even 9. It will be dark the whole winter or day the whole summer.
The timing of Salah might be a challenge. Tell us, how are you dealing with that?
We have a scholar who actually came and spent the summer with us and told us that we can follow the nearest place with a regular day and night, or we can follow Mecca. We decided to follow Mecca, and that's what we are doing. Now, is this something that everybody in the community is consenting or approving of? No. We visited and toured many states in the U.S.
And would you say it's a good place to raise your family?
After riding for 6,000 miles from Colorado all the way to Alaska, I have finally reached my 100th and last masjid, the Alaska Masjid. Alhamdulillah, I prayed Jumu'ah with the brothers, and after that, I met Dr. Yusuf Barbo for the interview.
Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our masjid, first masjid here in the state of Alaska. The Muslim community is a very small community. To build a masjid was a very big task. Alhamdulillah, in the year 2008, the community decided to purchase a piece of land with donation and a very slow, hard work. Over about 7-8 years, we were able to start the building, where we were able to occupy parts of it. But actually, to finish the whole building and structure and get all the certificate for occupancy, it was about just last year that we were able to finish all that. The mission was very big, but alhamdulillah, there was a lot of sincerity in the community, and we were able to accomplish this.
Let's go back a little bit more, and if you could tell us about the history of Muslims in Alaska.
Estimate that there is about 3,000 Muslim lives in Alaska, or in Anchorage in particular. From stories I heard, they would be renting musallas, like a small apartment or a shop to pray, and there will be several ones because there will be different groups. But alhamdulillah, there were enough friendship among the groups that they decided they want to all be one group, one unit, one community, and that's how they decided to save money to be able to plan for a project that accommodate all Muslims all together.
What would you say Alaska Masjid offers to people who are considering moving?
Everybody comes to Alaska should be prepared for a winter, and the winter in Alaska is in Anchorage, where we are, the main city of the state of Alaska. The winter, it's not too bad. The cold weather is similar to many other cities in the US, like Chicago. Boston, for example, is very much similar in weather. However, the winter here starts much earlier. So in October, we start to get that really cold weather. We extend all the way to April and a little bit into May. So May, this month, the weather starts to turn really nice. However, you caught a snow yesterday.
Yes.
It can surprise you in May still with the snow. Winter is long, but not very cold. Like if you go further north in the state of Alaska, yes, the winter can be much more brutal. The temperature can drop a lot lower. So that's the first part about winter. Otherwise, as a community here, alhamdulillah, it's a very diverse. People from different backgrounds. We have a lot of converts as well, and people get along well together. Maybe part of it because we are a small community and we need each other. So there's always this masjid that brings us together, and so the relationship is really positive for the most part. And that's a really nice thing about living here, is to have a nice community to connect with everybody. We now finished the masjid, alhamdulillah. That is usually the first thing people look for when they come to Alaska. In terms of schooling, that's another major target, major goal that we strive to achieve. Our effort with Sunday school is a small effort, but inshallah, we always have this in our mind. We want to have more established school for the kids so that they can have their full school in Islamic school. And that is, inshallah, another milestone that we strive to achieve. And I hope it will happen. Inshallah, it will take time, but inshallah, with sincerity, it will happen.
In terms of the job opportunities or the economy?
You know, Alaska has a lot of job opportunity, mainly because there is no professional schools here. There's no law school. You have to study somewhere or bring someone from a different state to work here. I don't think there's a dentistry school. Like pharmacy school, you have now, maybe just recently they opened one. So for a lot of professional schools, they depend on others coming interesting and coming and joining. So usually there's always shortage in those fields. In addition, there is a lot of fishing, a lot of construction. This is always opportunities here, but they could be only seasonal. For example, construction or fishing doesn't happen during the winter season. It happens only in the summer season. Right. A lot of jobs will be seasonal.
And would you say it's a good place to raise your family, especially with the masjid being here?
I think it is. And the reason why I think it's a nice place to raise a family is because the lifestyle in Alaska is unique. Mm-hmm. Because people here, in order to adapt to Alaska lifestyle, they have to be into outdoor activity. They have to enjoy fishing and hiking and enjoying nature. If you like to stay at home, Alaska is not for you. If you like to go to malls, Alaska is not for you. But if you really enjoy going out, for all people who are here in Alaska, this is what they do. And that's how they are enjoying living in Alaska. In the winter, ski is a big thing here in Alaska. If you are into all these outdoor activity, that will actually take a lot of your energy, a lot of your passion, and it's all good and healthy activity that is good for the family, that is protective for the family. So I think in that regard, how unique the lifestyle here, that is how I think it's a nice place to raise a family. Raising your kids to be Muslims, that is a challenge. I think Alaska is one of the places where we don't have an Islamic school. We don't have a dedicated imam right now. So we are striving to get an imam, dedicated imam, to be more like knowledge, scholarly based person that people can come to and ask and stuff like that.
Allah make it happen. And brother, I have to ask, coming back to the uniqueness of Alaska, one of the things is long days and long nights. The timing of Salah might be a challenge. Tell us, how are you dealing with that? This
is an unusual situation. In the winter, we have very short day. So for example, the sunrise in December, probably around 8:30, maybe even 9. And then it's set around here in Anchorage, around 3:30. And if you go further now, north, like in places, it will be dark the whole winter or day the whole summer for 2 months in a row. Here in Anchorage, we are not that extreme. In the summer now, you will notice the day is very long. And actually now in May, it doesn't get dark. So we have a sunset, but we don't have the darkness. So that means you don't have a Fajr, because Fajr is, you need a time where you don't differentiate white from black, and then you start to differentiate white from black, and that's when you call it Fajr. In here, now coming May, you will tell the difference between white and black the whole month, all hours of the day or night. So anytime you look at the mountain, you will easily see the snow and the rock. You will easily tell the difference between white and black. There is no complete darkness. So no Isha and no Fajr. And so the Isha and Fajr become like an estimate. I'm not a scholar. We did ask scholars, and we have a scholar who actually came and spent the summer with us and told us that we can follow a different place, either the nearest place with a regular day and night, or we can follow Mecca. We decided to follow Mecca, and that's what we are doing. Now, is this something that everybody in the community is consenting or approving of? No. We have brothers and sisters who are actually following local time. That means they will pray Isha when it is estimated in the calendar they have. They will pray Fajr according to the calendar that's called local. Our masjid, it's for everybody. As a board, we are following Mecca, but as a place of worship, it's for everybody. So everybody's welcome. Everybody do what they think is right. They can pray whatever time they like. And very unique situation. It's a very unique situation, and it is a challenging situation in different places as well. In North Europe, I think they have a similar scenario, and everybody tries to find the right fit in their community. Absolutely. Obviously, want to do the right thing, so may Allah accept, inshallah. I mean, inshallah. Mashallah, you've lived here for a long time. Have you seen the community grow, or is it decreasing? Depending on the economy. So, for example, at one point, there were plenty of oil companies in the state of Alaska, and those were bringing a lot of workers to Alaska. That brings a lot of new people to the community. So we'll always see new people joining, and the community is expanding. Then we felt the oil companies are not really growing. The business of oil is not blooming. And a lot of companies actually, like BP, has closed. And so we noticed that a lot of people are moving out because of that shift. When COVID happened, the tourism also slowed down because all the flight and stuff canceled. And so it was very challenging for the state of Alaska. There was a lot of people people moving out of the state of Alaska. So depending on economy and what's happening, I think that will affect how people are moving in and out. Lately, I'm noticing more people are joining in, more people are coming, and so inshallah we'll continue to see this community growing.
This is a very unique masjid, very unique Muslim community as compared to the rest of America. A lot of people are very interested in what you have to say, and what message would you have, brother, for the rest of the Muslims in America and the worldwide?
Alhamdulillah, we are starting something beautiful in the state of Alaska. We built connection with a lot of interfaith organizations, like a lot of churches and synagogues. We've been trying to teach Islam to many people who are asking about Islam, trying to learn about Islam. So I think our presence here is very effective. We have a lot of students from the universities here have classes to learn about Islam, so they come and join us and ask questions in the masjid. So alhamdulillah, we are doing something I think important, and we have a really good connection with everybody. I think the state of Alaska is very unique. It's a very beautiful, particularly in the summer. Still feel winter is cold and harsh.
How do you deal with that, brother? I have to ask.
So for myself, I try to break the winter into a few trips. So alhamdulillah, Hawaii is one flight you can go there in the winter. So it's totally different weather, and I have family alhamdulillah in the south, and so I can also break my winter that way as well. But yeah, the winter is harsh. Otherwise, the summer is beautiful. There's a lot of nice, good people here, and there's opportunities. If you have good degree, if you get a job, you might enjoy it here. So this carpet, for example, was donated from a Muslim, I think, in Texas. And he said, I am willing to donate the carpet if you allow me to choose the color.
Subhanallah.
So he said, okay, go ahead. And so that's what he chose.
MashaAllah.
So I think the brother was Turkish, if I remember correctly.
And the chandeliers?
The chandeliers from a sister in the community.
Locally.
Yeah, locally. This, for example, you see those chairs?
Yeah.
Are from friend in the community, actually in the church. They were renewing or replacing or updating or changing.
Right.
So they had those extra, and so they gave it to us. So alhamdulillah, they served a really nice purpose, because for elder people or having issues with their knees,
they really enjoy it, mashallah. Give us a tour of the masjid.
So this is the main musalla where men pray, and if you come here with me,
yes,
we can look here at the second floor.
Yes.
This is where the sisters join the prayer. There is a glass barrier here. This main hall can easily accommodate up to 200. For example, in Eid, there is more people that joins. We get up to 800 people in Eid prayer. And so we open all the rooms. Actually, this Eid, we even use this hall. We filled this place all with carpet for prayers, because those extra rooms were not even enough. We have to accommodate people with every space in this.
So during Eid, this is all filled
This whole place is filled. This is the culture room. In Ramadan, we have a daily iftar on a potluck style. This room is multi-purpose. Every family bring their own plate, and we eat all together. Of course, not everybody joins. Some people still eat at home, depending on everybody's situation. We actually also invite friends who are not Muslims to experience Ramadan with us and enjoy the food, because the food we enjoy here is much better than what they eat usually in restaurants in town.
How has that experience been with non-Muslims? How do they feel when they come to
it is very, very nice. Sometimes, actually, I remember a few years ago, there were some from the military, because there are American military bases here in Alaska. They will come and join us during Ramadan to kind of experience how Muslim live. So that was really a nice place for them to get introduction about Islam. As I said, this place was built with a lot of donations. As a small community, it was a very big task. Alaska is an expensive place to build. Hajj Falah is one of the major donors. He actually lives in Chicago. One of our brothers here in the community met with him one time in a plane, and he talked about the project, and Hajj Falah, Jazakallah khairan, he donated generously. So we decided to call this room after his name.
Subhanallah. It seems like a lot of Muslim communities all over the US helped with the...
Yes, that's very true. We visited and toured many states in the US. We actually called and communicated with many masjid in the United States, and we talked to them about our projects, and we got a lot of invites. And so we will go there and we'll raise funds in masajids in different states. Alhamdulillah, they know about us. And when we built this masjid, a lot of those donors actually came, the fruit of their donation, alhamdulillah. So,
MashaAllah. May Allah bless them all. Do you know what's the total cost of the masjid?
oh, it's in the millions, but it is expensive.
MashaAllah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But the only masjid here in Alaska.
Yeah, this is an extra room.
Overflow?
Overflow room, yes. Sometimes, like if we have a big community event and that cultural room is not enough, we use this room as an extension to that room. So if we want to see how the masjid started, we occupied the place before it was fully finished. And so we will finish one section and use it so that we don't rent outside. We start to use our own property.
Subhanallah.
So the part that started first was that part.
The first place where you prayed.
Yep, when this building was built, this part here, this is like we now consider to be administration. So this was the early phase of the masjid. We used to pray Jum'ah in this space here. So we did the khutbah and everything here while the rest of the masjid is being built, because it took stages and
This was the first place where you made sujood, subhanAllah, in this masjid.
Yep.
And today children are learning inside.
And this is now part of a Sunday school. So Sunday school is used in this place. These are all classrooms. If you see here, level 1 for the kids. There is another one there.
MashaAllah. These are the Sunday school
rooms, yep.
Children are learning about Islam in Alaska through this masjid. This is artwork done
These are artwork done by kids. We make a competition for the children every year for children to do some artistic, calligraphic effort or work.
How old are these children?
Starts from 5 years all the way to high school.
Subhanallah. Masjid Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Alaska.
This is a little kitchenette, so kids can have a lunch break here.
MashaAllah, these are for the Alaskan Muslim children. This is amazing.
So Sunday school, we have it during the school calendar time, and we have it every Sunday between 11 until 2 p.m. So we start at 11 and we finish by praying Salatul Dhuhr. We learn 3 topics: Arabic, Islam, and Quran. It's all voluntary based. So the teachers come here volunteering, the Imam is here volunteering. The effort, the how to keep up all the administrative things in the masjid is all volunteering. Alhamdulillah, there is a lot of sincere brothers and sisters here in the community that...
MashaAllah, how many classrooms do you have?
So we have like 5. So we have 4 or 5 levels of teaching.
So MashaAllah, most of the rooms in this masjid are dedicated to classrooms.
And those classroom here also serve if there is an overflow, because the sister section is here.
This is also another classroom.
Yep, that's another classroom.
MashaAllah. And this is the sister section. This is the sister section. Just like the brothers.
Yep.
Just like the brothers section downstairs. This is the view from upstairs. This is the sister section, mashallah.
The 2 last items that held all the way to the end, and that's when we got the permanent certificate of occupancy, is this part where we needed to do an elevator. The elevator was one of the last items, and then there is the minaret. If you see outside, this was the last part also of the masjid.
MashaAllah. So the minars came at the end?
At the very end, yes. So we just finished that last year, and that's where the whole project is complete, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah, I've been to a few masajid in the US, and this masjid is the most unique in the United States in terms of its design, exterior design. It's all white. It has these beautiful standing minars. How did that happen?
Things to keep in mind when you want to build in Alaska. There's 2 things. One, this is an earthquake country. You have to build a structure that is earthquake proof. And so there is some criteria they had to fit for that. And then it is very cold place. So the insulation, the way you consider how the heat is preserved, is into consideration how you build. There is also the part where cost is important. So sometimes all it takes is to know the person who can help you, and that's the resources he has. And then you feel like, okay, I have a good networking with this person who can help, and this is what he can help with. And then you incorporate all this together, and that's how we end up with this design and this masjid.
Thank you so much, brother.
You're very welcome.
That was amazing. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for that. Would you like to add anything? It's good, inshallah, you think?
Oh, alhamdulillah, no, jazakallah khairan. I think you're doing a great job to introduce us to the Muslim community
Yes,
nationwide
right.
and maybe even other places. I remember when sometimes I will talk about our experience here in Alaska. A lot of people from overseas, from the Middle East, they will try to reach out to find out, to connect with me and learn more, because for a lot of people, Alaska is such a remote place that nobody expect that there will be Muslims in.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, we have a masjid, and there's a lot of hardworking people trying to make this really sustainable.
Absolutely, brother. It's a masterpiece, Masjid. It's
Alhamdulillah.
very peaceful and
Alhamdulillah.
a
Yeah.
refuge.
This journey has only been possible due to the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the prayers of my family and my ummah. Jazakallah khairan for joining me on my historic journey, and I hope to see you in a masjid near you soon. Fi aman Allah.